following material may contain sex, coarse language, and violence.
Of course! Of course!
There'll be a big glass of water for him in a bottle so he can
rehydrate.
Rehydrate.
He's experienced
He's never
several weeks or months of somebody's life in a quick succession.
Yeah.
I'll do that like the movie cliche, like coming out of a mind thing. I'm just gonna make a quick.
What is this, water?
I'm just gonna give Tess a big old hug first.
But you're touching her.
That's what the roll is for. And then I'll be like a couple of sniffles, getting myself back together.
It's okay.
Drink the water before you carry on. You'll need that.
This isn't gin.
Experiment water. They got it from this juice container.
Sus.
And then you also noticed that, because this has been here since season 1, that purple rag that Tess always has tied around her upper arm was the same scarf that the Asari pilot she mentioned was wearing.
No, I've been wondering about that.
I'll just be like,
Yeah.
sorry.
That's okay. It's in the past.
How long?
That was... must be close to 20 years ago now.
Sure.
Sorry, I've probably burdened you with a lot.
It's just a lot to think about. I had no idea.
Like I said, don't tell many people about it.
Can understand that. I mean, got something similar.
What do you do? What do you think I don't act my age most of the time?
Must be hard. She seemed like a good person.
She taught me how to be an Asari, I guess. Nobody did that before. There's no one to teach you when you're abandoned on the Citadel.
Not abandoned anymore.
I still always wonder why. I get why some species leave their offspring, but no Asari has a kid without meaning to.
It'd be hard to say exactly what happened. Things you don't always plan for often take place.
Maybe that's it. Maybe I was wanted, but maybe my parents died. I don't remember everything from when I was really young. I think that's pretty normal. Do you remember anything from when you were a baby?
Just the ball.
The balls, yeah. The balls the multiple balls that Zalo had and his little friends didn't.
Zalo 2 balls.
Zalo, -1 friends.
Ooh.
That makes total sense.
Well, I mean, he would die after I took him out of his ball, so...
Meanwhile, his friend became the biggest, toughest quarry and with the best immune system.
Chad's small, vast beef.
So if you're wondering why I showed you that, I just thought perhaps I'd share something with you and show you how much I trusted you, and maybe one day you would maybe open up to me. I'm not saying now you've got a lot going on, and I just burdened you with that. You've still got to process all that. I showed you months of my life squished down into like 10 minutes.
That was a lot to wrap my head around.
Yeah.
Thanks for showing me that, and I will. I will.
Just whenever you're ready.
So, one other note to make. Pulls out my little Omni tool. Nartag. Just another enemy.
Oh. I never thought about going after him. Maybe I should.
Yeah, odds are he's an old man in a retirement home.
Yeah, well, there'll be an old dead man in a retirement.
I'm looking for the dickless Batarian.
Mr. Krogan, yeah. Could be a Krogan.
Probably Krogan.
Never thought about going after. Didn't have the means, and it's only kind of just now the name comes back to me. I suppose I could have got the Sidewinders to help, but that's a little selfish of me. It's not going to bring her back. She died 20 years ago.
Well, vengeance doesn't always exactly pan out how you want it to.
Mm.
But we find ourselves in a lot of strange places in the Terminus system. Who knows?
Well, I mean, if you happen to come across his name, by all means. Guy was a jerk. Well, I assume.
Well, I'm not sure if that particular Batarian was Nartag. That might have been their boss. But that's the link that we have.
Well, I'll leave you to ponder whatever and do whatever.
Well, I could use help with this slides data pad over.
You sure?
Yeah. I'm sure we could both use a project.
Okay.
Salo.
I'll get Tess in on Ion Storm, and we can both be suitably distracted working on that.
Cool. What was Tiala going to be doing?
I was sitting over in the corner just going through my physics. Just in
the same sort of
just
area.
in the same area. Just if he... Watching to make sure that if he did collapse, to have him a hand, but...
I mean, you probably should make a fortitude roll now that it's been brought up.
You got a bean.
15?
That's fine. Just get there's a little bit where you might get slightly lightheaded for a split second, but you just take another drink and...
Eat a sweet quarry and nutrient paste or something.
Yeah.
Flavourless.
Just how I like it.
Mine is flavoured like wintergreen. So flavourless.
There's Physics. There's Physics.
Physics. What flavour is it? Flavanol.
It's flavored.
Flavored.
Delicious fentanyl flavour.
Precious fentanyl.
It's not actually
Yeah,
fentanyl.
it tastes like all of those encounters and set pieces we cut out of Resident Evil 4. And all that radio chatter dialogue we cut out too until it's a bland shadow of what it should be. Yep, sounds about fucking right.
Wasn't that 3?
No, they did it with 4 too. They
I
cut out
thought 4 was last.
Well, they cut out a little bit
No,
of...
they cut out a bunch of stuff, and they cut out that radio chatter.
Yeah.
You get
a different cutscene window for Hunnigan.
And for some reason, the merchant is now South African.
He kind of slips in and out of a bunch of different accents. It was very Shiva of him. He was African to American to Australian.
An hour and a half passes, and Giella gets a call.
Oh, that's a Giallo.
Tadami here. We're ready.
Alright. Silo was wondering if he can watch, since I'm representing the Sidewinders
You
in
can
this.
watch, yeah. You can watch.
Yes.
I'll advise them to get some tape and put down a square. You're not allowed to leave the square.
She sounds appropriately concerned.
Tadami is appropriately everything.
Yes. I'll be there soon.
Excellent. We won't begin without you. It never hurts to run a few extra tests before we actually kick things off.
We won't be long. Thank you.
Very good. No, do you know where to go?
You said the Tyrion
Very
compound?
good. I'll send you the address anyway, just in case.
It'll be the same one we trained in.
I don't know. Have you been?
Yeah,
We have been
I
down
know-
to the shooting range
Okay.
and the training facility,
Yeah.
so yes.
I know Logan had been there.
Right, now this time, do not grab Sergeant Tadami's breasts while making the awooga noise.
Oh, is that what I did wrong?
That's my job.
Keep it in the family.
I'm not Brutus, come on. Oh, you see the theme now!
Yeah.
Oh,
Incest.
there's no news for some reason. Just
So Todd's all over it.
And then Zalo goes.
So then Todd's
Well, he had
all
to
over it.
finish up with Tess, and
fine. Basically, just a second chance. I give it. Okay, you get news and stuff.
hey there, we have acquired additional briefing materials.
8.
Additional briefs.
8. Oh, you didn't get your nestled between two double ups. The life support systems on an Asari space station failed yesterday, endangering the lives of over 200 Asari scientists. Observation Outpost January 5 and the Pelion system suffered a catastrophic power failure due to an unexpected solar flare that struck the outpost without warning. Standard stationary defenses that would prevent such issues were down due to untimely maintenance. While the backup systems eventually kicked in, the initial surge caused by the original flare had damaged the air filtration system. Thankfully, communications were restored quickly, and station personnel were able to contact fellow Asari on the only populated planet on the system, Cythenia, and get the replacement parts they needed to repair the life support systems within a few hours.
Suspicious, Solo says in the elevator. It just so happened to be under maintenance when the surprise solar flare just so happens to occur. I think somebody got something they wanted out of that.
Who want to harm Asari?
Tarians?
Yeah, that's true.
Sorry.
Other Florians, clearly.
Florians? Yeah, they're a hateful little group.
There we are.
But that'll be about it.
Sunbathing humans.
You make your way to the Turian Military Academy.
Yep.
And
I'd like to specify I left any explosives behind
smart.
as a show of good faith.
There's a show of good faith. Tess will excuse herself because she
Yeah.
isn't going to join you. And then, you arrive, Turian on the security at the front there.
Hi, I'm Tiago of the Sidewinders. I'm here to see Sergeant Tadami.
Of course, they're expecting you.
Thank you.
Right this way.
Follow.
And you through the base, and then you go arrive at the. You go past the actual hollow door, and then into another door just past
Yep.
it, which leads to the control section behind it. And there is Sergeant, a bunch of other Futurians, and a couple of other CSEC operatives. Dr. Fanlin's there, the captain's there. Maybe anybody else you would recognize? I think that'd be it. The rest are just like military, either Turian military personnel or unnamed CSEC operatives.
So I'll go to the sergeant and go, Sergeant Tadami, I know you've met Zoe before.
A pleasure.
Thought he has his own insights on these things. He promised not to do anything unless he passes it through me or yourself.
I'll be on my best behaviour.
Of course you will.
Of course you will.
Fascinating.
Is there any information that you would like us to get out of the prisoner.
The main one is if we can find out what that base I mentioned to you in that report about with the 5.
Or even anywhere else we can look.
It seems to be a processing base, so that might have a lot more information there than. Might even find out why they're so interested in Rosa Rodriguez's brothers,
Yes.
or even why they're interested in myself and the others that were captured at the time.
Well, I believe you all had anomalous medical conditions.
It will be interesting to know how much they know about, since they'll now have my body. And if you saw what they'd done to Hirokins afterwards. It's your thing, we're just here to assist.
And we'll try and get what information we can. Your sister has decided she wants to act the captive. I don't know if it's out of some attempt to aid or whether she just wants to
She's probably into
role
that.
play something out.
Hopefully it's
She's
alright.
eccentric.
She was the one that threw him across the room, so I hope she realises what she's in for.
Well, she's going to be tied up.
Yes.
Are we back yet?
You didn't want to come to this.
Sentinel just crashes through the ceiling.
Yeah, change my mind.
Oh yeah!
Tiela, you get this sort of like sense that
We must.
that somebody wants this recorded for posterity.
I mean, that's happening anyway.
It's only getting recorded, so.
Camera Unit 2 has arrived.
Beep, bumped. Camera unit 3. I have removed the memories from his mind. That only happened about an hour ago, and he is in stasis for now.
Salo thinking to himself, didn't know they could do that.
You've heard the rumours. Everyone's heard the rumours.
That's alright, we can make you forget.
Just look at this light.
Sleep!
They must have used drugs to do it or something.
Yes. Pickles.
Okay, we shall proceed. She nods to the technician, and then she brings up her omnitorn. Bring in the prisoner.
So
He
yeah,
wheels a big tube into the grow tube into the room and the door you passed before coming in there. And inside is your green Solarian friend. He is 2 Turian soldiers open up the pod and remove him, and then they start placing him against the wall where he slipped. There's a person there, you can say a Solarian there in CSEC uniform, who's, you can actually see they got the screen up and they're like directing them to place him in the exact location they're being very fastidious, even though from his perspective he was probably just thrown backwards and lost consciousness, but they're being like extremely particular about
case.
this is how we landed. Zelaya walks in. She's already her weapons have already been removed. She has a biotic suppressor on her forehead.
yep.
And her hands are tied at her back with omni cuffs, essentially. She can't see you, but she just she takes position. They start. You start seeing holograms like into as various players are put into the scenario. So from what you can tell, the only ones who were real are Thalea, the prisoner. They do have 2 actors who are in Void Wraith gear with the helmets on.
Yep.
They appear to be both Batarians. You see a Captain Atta. Holographic Captain Atta appears. Holographic Zarbon's dad appears. Good thing Rosa's not here because holographic opened up brother appears after the bench. He actually is one of the last ones to appear because they actually stopped. The holograms stopped drawing in all the benches and everything like that. And then in space of about a minute, the scene is recreated. Tadami turns to you and goes, "Is there anything you see that's wrong with this before we proceed? We did our best based on the footage, what you showed me, what your sister showed me."
Dead Sidewinders?
Yeah, with the...
Oh, yeah, dead Sidewinders. Yep.
Well, we forgot to toggle that on.
There's a dead logo. Looks like he was shot on the back of the head at an up angle. They seem to have taken that into account.
And for some reason, 3 arrows.
3 arrows. Here's dead you. That's kind of uncanny. Although the helmet's on, so it's not like it's super. The breasts might be a little large, you think?
Really?
You're not sure, but you're like, are my breasts really that big? Everybody goes on about them, but
The tint was on the suit at the time.
oh. Dead Zalo.
Here I am, all dead. Is it?
Looks like somebody cut your hoses at the back. That's how they decided to do that one.
Yeah, that would do it. Slow.
Dead Rosa. How the fuck they managed that? Who knows?
Melt a ball.
There's no obvious evidence outside the fact that she's lying face down and like there's a pool of blood underneath her.
Well, they did have a Krogan.
But you don't see any, there doesn't seem to be any physical damage to her armor that you can tell or anything.
You just turn the helmet 180 degrees.
Yeah, is it facing the right way, the helmet?
It is, but I mean, if you want to offer suggestions, that's what they're offering before they hit play, essentially.
Didn't we find a shredder on that mission?
Was it that one or the one after?
Shredder was on the one after.
Yeah, I think it was from the caves.
Okay. Fine.
In either case, it would have been in a crate, I believe.
Yeah, I'm just saying maybe some enterprising Void Wraith member pulled out a shredder and stuck her with... She got 3 discs in her spine. I don't know. I'm suggesting.
How did you kill Rosa?
We don't know.
Fucking rude.
We've just put holes in her. She's face down. We're hoping he doesn't pay that much attention.
That
He's
is
a
a
Solarian.
It's hard, given the data we got back. I don't know entirely everything about that armor, but it looks high quality.
I think
It's got a Colossus variant of some kind, from what I can
it
tell.
is a Colossus variant.
We pay you too much.
They don't pay me anything.
Maybe explosives on the joints.
On the joints?
Angle charges. If they got a charge onto her.
Then they could spread some scoring around in the hallway where it would have happened and maybe put some impromptu patching on the walls for any leaks that would have happened.
Because there's not much else that would get through that armor except for explosives.
I'm not even sure the Krogan in close combat would have an advantage.
Okay, now we've got a Rosa who has one arm that's been blown off. The arm's
I
over
know,
in the corner. There are scorch marks around the body.
Then weren't they too Asari? I would have thought some sort of emulating a biotic would have been the way to go.
Yeah, but they're at the time from the front, we're worried about the white guys coming from the back getting us.
Everyone else is killed from behind.
Yeah.
Might be more believable to move me further along the hallway. Me being the Quarian, they would have saved me for last, and maybe I would have broken ran.
Incorrect. You were at the back of the formation. They would have taken you out first.
Ah, right.
Logan specifically said we might have been ambushed from the back. Zalo was watching it.
Don't worry, Kanara. I'll throw you under a certain other bus I know about. Maybe I'll just leave that letter you wrote me lying around. But Tiala can see it.
Tiala can't read.
Okay. Ready to go.
Yep.
Okay. Everybody clear the area.
It doesn't mean you.
And then presses the button again. Not you, Thalea. You're part of the... Thank you.
No, it's girls out
Oh,
there.
and not you. You've got to administer the wake-up drug, stupid doctor. Well, the Solarian who was going towards the door goes back and goes... and then leaves. Taylor turns to you and goes, "He'll be up in about 30 seconds. Actors, take your places. He'll be up in 20, 19... Starts counting down. The actors who are not fake get into position. One of them leans down just as he's almost ready to wake up and starts shaking his shoulder.
Hey, get up! Wake up!
What happened? I'm alive. You got them. You actually got them.
Of course we got them. Surprised them from behind. Didn't see it coming.
You were on watch, you bastard!
It wasn't even real me!
I'm mad at you now!
Come on, get up.
Helps him up back to his feet.
Man, I don't need to even put the bomb in this stupid human anymore.
What do you want me to do with him?
I don't care. Kill him as far as we're concerned. He was just a tool to get the Sidewinders.
We can deal with that later. Captain, have you achieved what we set out to achieve?
Worse we have, they're all dead. Except, I don't know who this one is.
Kicks the layer on the side.
Maybe we'll take her back as a slave. He's got a good form.
Don't bury yourself in the park.
Well, that's holographic Anna. He isn't even an actor. So somebody's programmed him.
I'm looking at you, Solarian nerd.
Finally, I can put being hunted by them behind me. I can get back to roll and continue my research. Do you have any other targets for me? These last lot have been disappointing at best.
Don't worry, got plenty for you. Plenty. You've done a good job here, Doctor.
What was wrong with the last ones?
Yeah, have him ask what was wrong with the last one.
Yeah, Tadami nods and then she brings up the microphone. What was wrong with the last?
What do you mean, what? Why didn't you like the last lot of specimens?
Didn't yield any results. Nothing there that could be useful to the Revenant. Waste of time. Were they decoys or were they actually, specimens that had decent attributes?
Well, I don't know, he's the one who chooses them. He doesn't... I'm not going to pretend to understand his motivations. You just do what you're told to do. Study who you're told to study.
What do you think you are? I'm the whole reason this operation is even successful.
Can you get what you want out of that one. Tell, obviously.
Talking,
Yep.
pointing to Thalia.
Yep.
Ask if they can get anything out of the other sister.
What about this one? Has she got anything useful?
I don't even know who she is. Let me have a look at her. Picks up her face. Uses his Omni tool. Ha! Sister of that one. But not a pure blood. Would not house the same attributes. Worthless. Now can we get back to my lab? I'm wasting my time here.
Of course, of course. Right this way, Doctor.
They lead him out of the door. And then
I'm interested to find out why he's the important one.
And then the sergeant quickly goes, is there anything else you need? We've got a planet name. The simulation ends once he leaves.
Solo. Anything quick?
Sorry, I dropped this gun. Seems to be caught between the door.
Have the digital attic get confrontational and ask them why the doctor thinks he's the only important one. That's a bit arrogant, that sort of thing.
With what we know of Ator, he would have taken offence to the doctor believing that he was the most important one in his team.
Gotcha. Alright, let's lay up some evil bravado on to make him feel like doctor's demeaning him and is beneath him.
Could you simulate an Atta voice for calling him up and then just going to report?
What?
Atta's there.
They have
Yeah.
hologram Atta.
You're a little bit big for your britches there, aren't you, Doctor? Don't forget who runs this operation. Me, not you. You just do the science. I'm the one who gets everything done. I'm the one who killed them. You got thrown against the wall and your neck was almost broken. Know your place.
Very well. Now can we get back to roll? I'm wasting my time here. I've got results that are probably waiting for me.
Is there anything else here that he needs to take with us? Does he need the... Well, he's got low gain and myself. Does he need these specimens?
Ask if he needs the specimens.
Are they still useful?
Well, of course they are. The Quarian and the human I'm not so sure about, but Tiala, Logain, they still have the attributes that were originally wanted. They never got studied. Tiala in particular. Especially dangerous that she found out who she was.
How did she?
What do you want
Did you ask the doctor? Confront him. Did he leak that information just so that it could be unlocked?
That's the doctor feeling information.
Need a
Well, you're absolutely sure that she knows about who she is?
Of course she does. She confronted her own father on the matter and got her arrested. There's no way she doesn't know what she is. But now we get to study her and use it. It could be most useful.
I can't think of anything else now.
Now can we go? You're wasting my time. Gather them up, bring up. We can get them back to my research lab and we can start work on them. Finally got some decent specimens.
Ask who to ship the bodies to.
No, they take
They're
they're
taking
taking them with them, so.
That'll be weird.
And yeah, he
In
walks
the
through the
Turner
door
system.
and then there's suddenly... Oh, that's not a door that leads out of the facility. That's a door that suddenly leads into a Turian military compound with a bunch of guys with guns right there. What the? Bolt rifle butt to the side of the head.
Now get that Quarian out of here.
He's guilty too, I know it.
And the simulation is turned off. And there's just your sister and the actors remaining. Oh, and no, the pod would have been taken away before, that's right.
Yeah.